Courage and the boldness that you gain after speaking affirmations over yourself. The more you hear it, the more you believe that it's true.
And welcome to Premier Fitness. I'm Gene Williams, your yoga instructor, and I'm here to tell you about the benefits of yoga.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. You have just tuned in to Where is the Love? I am your host. I'm Stephanie Hawkenhall. Joining me is my son, my co-host, Gene Williams.
Hello, we on the air.
We on the air.
We on the air. The plane, boss, the plane.
I like that apple hat. No, that ain't no apple hat. That's a skull cap. It looks like the way you got it fixed.
Yeah, it's an adjustable skull cap. Yeah.
Oh, I never seen that before.
Yeah, the nigga got that for me a while back. You like the t-shirt though? You like the t-shirt? You like this?
Okay, G Wiz in the solar system.
You know. Merch, baby, merch.
Why you cut the sleeves off?
Because I'm Gene, Mom.
And you like
You
to
know
show
me.
your muscles.
You know, I work hard for these things.
Okay, y'all, welcome again. Thank you. We always got to act silly. But listen, you can watch us on TV right now. There are several places you can watch us right now. So don't just, wherever you're watching us at, no, there are options. So first of all, you can watch us on the website, podtv.tv. You can also watch us on our YouTube channels, Love Misunderstood Institute and or Premier Fitness 0210. You can also watch us, y'all. We on TV. You can watch us on Roku or Amazon Fire. All you have to do is go to Roku or Amazon Fire and search POD TV space LIVE and watch us on TV live at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time every Sunday.
Yep.
So last week we had a guest. Gene, you want to share some about the guest?
Yeah. Her name, I don't remember her last name. Cindy
White.
Yeah, she's a prayer warrior. She a great person. She had a great energy. And she's a blessing to people by just, seeing that they need prayer, and she's willing to stand in the gap for them intercessorily. So it was just a beautiful, beautiful show. Really showcasing like when people say, I'm gonna pray for you, or do you want me to pray for you? And she actually does it. She'll drop right there in the moment and do it. So that's beautiful.
Yeah.
A lot of people pay a lot of lip service, but don't walk that part. So
yeah. And she really does, because she did that with me when she met me. She, after we conversated, she said, do you mind if I pray with you? No. Well, she asked me if she could. And then I said, no, you don't mind? No, let's do this.
Right.
So, and I can't remember, how can I pray for you is what her shirt says. So I had already ordered a bunch of shirts in different colors, and mine says prayer changes everything. So I have a bunch of different colors because prayer has drastically changed my life this year. Before this year, but more this year, I've learned so much more about prayer. So, so we were glad to have Cindy on our show last week. Now, and her, the name of her Instagram page is Faithful to the Mantle. And so to hear that story about how she took the mantle, of her grandmother praying all the time and praying for people. Go to her Instagram page, Faithful to the Mantle. Also on TikTok, Faithful to the Mantle. You'll see videos and stuff. So go check her out. Um, Also, so we have been talking about workplace bullying, um, and this is a very deep subject. And people don't know. Some people don't even realize, that they're being bullied. I was talking to a young guy at work last week, and I was telling him some, things about bullying and details of the different types of bullying, and his mind was blown just from the stuff
Right.
I was sharing. He said, "I know this is a toxic workplace," and I said, "It's a lot of bullying going on in here." And then when I shared a few details of different types of bullying, he was like, "Wow, I didn't know that."
Mm,
And I said, "A lot of people didn't know that. I didn't know that until I researched it." And I
right.
said, so, because he was asking me, you ought to see if you can bring it to our job and teach people. So,
Hmm.
he asked me, had I told my boss? And I said, no, I haven't, told him, what I do. I don't want things that I do, I don't want my work to be limited or shortened, because of, oh, well, she's not going to stay. So anyway, that's how I
Right.
think. So that don't necessarily mean that's how it's going to work, but I'd rather not until the end when I'm
Right.
leaving.
Right. I'm about to leave y'all, but hey, won't you get these anti-bullying courses? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Right.
Here's my bank account. Slide me some money.
Yep. And call me because you're going to need me. You ain't going to
You
understand
know.
it all just by reading.
Right.
You
There we
need
go.
to hear some of what I have experienced and others that I know have experienced have gone through. Then that way you understand more. Um, so anyway, we started giving some tips on workplace bullying a few weeks back. And so that was part one. And so this is part two. I was thinking part three. But anyway, it's part two. So we're going to give you 8 more tips. We gave you 6 tips in the past. Is that right? 7.
Yeah, six. Yep.
Yeah.
We have
So
we have I think a total of nine to give them.
okay. So we're gonna give you the rest of the tips, and you can go back to workplace bullying part one to hear the other tips, because there are ways to deal with the bully when they bully you. There's ways to respond, and then ways to, excuse me, for those that are empathetic, to respond, with an empathetic statement, and then some encouragement for
For
you
yourself, man.
to keep going. So, Jean is going to start out with the tips that we have, and so we'll go through this.
Alrighty. So the first tip is to develop coping strategies. The tip is practice stress reducing techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, or taking breaks to maintain emotional strain. Manage emotional strain. The response is taking care of your mental health is essential. These techniques can help you regain control and calmness when things feel overwhelming. The
Yeah,
empathetic statement, the empathetic statement is you don't have to carry all of this on your shoulders. Self-care is a necessary part of resilience. Um, Encouragement is you are not powerless. By managing stress effectively, you can keep your inner strength intact no matter the external pressure. And actually, these tips are great for just life, period. When you're dealing with any type of stressful situation, you can go back to those strategies right there. Taking deep breaths, taking a walk, meditating, praying, listening to some music, or maybe journaling or something along those lines. Just something that'll help you process
yep,
the emotions that you're feeling in a healthy and constructive manner.
right. I'm glad you pointed that out because some part that you just read. And just remember, he's already said this, but just remember, you don't have to carry all this on your shoulders. There, you can get help, but you have to ask for help. You
Right.
have not because you ask not. So
Yeah.
ask for help,
Closed
and
mouth don't get fed.
exactly. So I wanted to add that to it. Go ahead with number 8 if you don't have nothing to add.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So number 8 is stay focused on your goals. The tip is shift your focus away from the bully and back to your work goals and personal growth. Yeah. The response is don't let the bully distract you from your purpose. Stay focused on what matters to you, your success and growth. The empathetic statement is it's hard when someone tries to pull you down, but remember, your value is in your dedication and hard work.
Yep.
The encouragement is you are here for a reason, and no one can take that away from you. Keep your eyes on your goals and let your achievements speak for themselves.
Please
Yeah,
keep your eyes on your goals and remember you are valuable no matter how invaluable you may feel or somebody has made you to feel. You
yeah,
are valuable and you matter no matter who you are, no matter what life, has, no matter what cards life has played, in your
hmm,
hands. You matter, you're valuable.
right.
Just remember that.
Yeah, and also another great add-on to that is you have no control over how people act. What you do is your karma is your response. So if you allow the bully to break you down, say you're at work and now your work is being affected, you could lose your job
Yeah.
because you're not focused on your goal. So regardless of what's going on with the bully, and this is like I said in regular life too, you stay focused on your goals, you stay disciplined, and you do what you know you're supposed to do so
Yep.
that and like I said, your accomplishments will speak for themselves. So you stay focused and don't allow yourself to react negatively to the pressure of having a bully or a narc or whatever messing
Yep.
with you. Stay focused, get things done, and report them too. Report them.
Yep. And forget about what they might call you or how they might look at you or who
Right,
they might tell. Forget that. Your health matters. Your mental health matters. And so you got to say something. If you don't, you're going to internalize it and be jacked up.
right.
So,
I'm not going to quote the whole quotation, but from the wise words of Sir Bernie Mac, rest in peace. I ain't scared of you, mother.
and I ain't going to let y'all scare me from saying something. I'm telling. Ooh, I'm telling.
Ooh, ooh.
Right.
I'll be a snitch. What you gonna do though? Nothing.
Yeah, because you're gonna be called all kind of things, and that's just to scare you to keep you from
Right,
telling and talking.
right,
But if you don't talk, you're gonna be messed up even more. You jacked up first of all from what they saying, if you receive it,
right.
and then dealing with your own thoughts about it, you're gonna be messed up. So it's best to say something.
Yeah. And it ain't what they call you, is what you answer to. They can
Yep.
call you anything,
Right.
but it's about what you agree to personally. Oh, I'm stupid. I am stupid. Well, you just agree to it then. You just
Yeah.
agree to it. Whether they can call you stupid, no, I am brilliant. I
Right.
am a genius. You know what I mean? My
Yep.
intelligence surpasses, all limitations. I mean, speak life into yourself and
Yep.
only agree to those things that are empowering to you and edifying to you.
Right. That's good. That's good. So, number 9, know when to walk away. If the bully becomes unbearable, hold on a second. Never mind that, what I was doing. If the bully becomes unbearable and nothing changes after taking action, consider exploring other job opportunities where you feel valued. Now,
Mhm.
that is very important, but don't run from job to job. At some point, that you need to be able to stand up because something that I've said for years is no matter where you go, you're gonna be there. So, meaning you're going to take whatever feelings you have, whatever thoughts you have about the way somebody is treating you. If you don't address it, you're going to go 10 different places and experience that all over again because you didn't deal with the situation.
Right.
Want to add
And
anything?
then, yeah, I was gonna say, and there are bullies everywhere.
Yes,
You cannot run all the
yes,
time. You have to address it. You have to run it up the chain of command, even if you got to go to if you go to the president of the company. I mean, you got to do what you got to do to
yep,
protect yourself.
yep,
And then, also, I mean, if you another smart thing for a person to do is if you constantly dealing with bullies and you have a specific skill, how about you create your own business so that you work with those people sparingly? Because I
yeah,
mean, even as an entrepreneur, you're going
yes,
to with bullies.
yes,
You
yes,
can't get away from them.
right,
So you just got to be strong and vigilant and
yeah,
disciplined
yeah,
and create boundaries
yeah,
and enforce them
yeah,
and never slack on it because as soon as you slack, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
yeah.
So hey, no, no,
And that,
no.
yeah, that's just the way people do. I'm glad you brought all of that up because all of that's so true. Um,
Yeah,
so I won't repeat it, but that was some good stuff. Um, so way to respond instead of running from job to job. And there's nothing wrong with exploring other jobs, but just remember what we just said. So sometimes the healthiest option is to remove yourself from the toxic environment if there's no solution. But know that there's no solution. Know that you've tried. Know that you've done what you can to make it better, and okay, now I see there's no option, so then leave. But
right.
just go back to the tips that we just shared, and do all of that first. Consider all of that first. So uh, an empathetic statement: it's not giving up; it's choosing your well-being. You deserve to thrive, not just survive.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember that. Go ahead.
No, I just said yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And here's some encouragement: leaving a bad situation as a sign of strength and self respect. You are capable of finding a workplace that truly appreciates you. So remember that. Somebody will show you respect and treat you with respect and show you that they appreciate you. And that's where you need to be. But just remember, everywhere you go, it does not matter whether it's a job, everywhere in life
Hmm.
that you go, there's going to be um, somebody, some bullies. That's just the way it
Right,
is. There's no place that they don't go. There's no age range. They're everywhere. So
right.
learning how to deal with them is important.
Yep, agreed.
So would you do
No, you're right.
yes, number 10, please.
Alrighty. So number 10 is know your rights. Familiarize yourself with your company's anti-bullying and harassment policies, as well as local labor laws. Sorry, I said it backwards. Law labor. Response is being informed about your rights give you the confidence to take the necessary actions. The empathetic statement is you shouldn't have to navigate this alone. There are protections in place for a reason, and you
Yep.
need to utilize them.
Yep.
Knowledge is power. Understanding your rights empowers you to advocate for yourself and ensure you're treated fairly.
Yep. I don't have
Yeah,
anything to add.
yeah. Well,
Well,
so I've dealt with other companies where I had to utilize the harassment policies and whatnot to put some managers in check. Um, like you have to,
yeah.
even to the point where uh, the business ended up closing down because I reported them for their action not only against me and other workers, but the people who were under our care. And I mean, when you abuse somebody, abuse is abuse. It doesn't matter how you justify it.
Yep.
Um, it doesn't matter. So you
Right.
know your rights, you know the laws, you know the chain of command, you know who to call, what number to call, what place to email, all of that. Know it all. Know all of the laws.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Wanted to touch on something. Um, so I do want to say when you part of the encouragement when you said knowledge is power. Knowledge is power because knowledge helps you understand what things are about and how things work. So had I not researched bullying to understand, what my experiences were, um, I wouldn't have this knowledge, and so I would still be powerless because I wouldn't have the knowledge. Just like some people, just like I said, talking to a young man at work this past week. He didn't know, and so that knowledge has power. It helps you to understand, oh, this is what's going on, and oh, this is how I deal with it, or oh, here's some ways I can deal with it. So I wanted to go back to that.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to iterate that. So go ahead.
All right. Number 11 is maintain your professionalism. The first tip is stay calm and composed in interaction with the bully, regardless of how they behave. Hmm, that's a tough one, but you can do it.
Yeah.
Response is maintaining your professionalism shows that you refuse to engage on their level. The empathetic statement is it's not easy to stay calm when someone is provoking you, but your self control is admirable. The encouragement is your professionalism reflects your character, not theirs. You're in charge of your actions, and that is powerful. I want to say that again. You are in charge of your action, and that is powerful.
Yes. And when you said the response, engaging on maintaining your professionalism shows that you refuse to engage on their level. Remember, I can't even think of his name right now, but you can't solve a problem on the same level of
Hmm.
consciousness that it was
Right.
created on.
Yep.
You cannot. So if somebody's coming at you all crazy, in order to diffuse the situation, you're gonna have to respond on a lower level so that it calms the situation down. So I wanted to add that. I cannot remember who that was that said that. Um, but it's okay.
Yeah.
So number 12, use I statements. When addressing a bully, use I statements to express how their behavior affects you without sounding confrontational. For example, I feel respected when dot dot
Yep.
dot.
Right.
A way to response is by focusing on your own experience, you can express your feelings without escalating the conflict. An empathetic statement is it's tough to confront someone without feeling defensive, but expressing yourself this way can help avoid further tension. Um,
Yep.
and then encouragement. You're communicating with clarity and strength, expressing your feelings is a positive step toward resolution. So
Yep.
remember, be calm and not respond on the same level of consciousness that they're responding or that they're, um, putting out, um, because it's going to end up a chaotic situation and nobody's going to be helped. Um, so it's hard and it takes a lot of practice um, because,
Yeah.
we want to respond to people the way they, come at us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that ain't how things are gonna be settled. You want to add
Yeah.
something?
Well, yeah, yeah. So my therapist actually suggested the same thing. Use I statements when you're confronting people or talking to people about things that are stressful. It like I said, it makes it more a personal statement as opposed to an accusation or something that would be would cause them to further be reactive and come at you even harder. You know, I feel disrespected when you do X, Y, Z. Then hopefully that makes them think about, oh, okay, well, my actions have a consequence, making this person feel this way. So,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of, like I said, it takes it away. It gives you the ability to speak your mind freely and openly while not being accusatory.
Yeah. And if you care about what I'm saying and about how you're making me feel, then
Right,
you'll change the way you come to me or
right,
the way you speak to me, your
right.
approach to me.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. If you don't have nothing else to add, you can do the next one.
All right. Number 13 is practice self-compassion. Man. That's where it all starts right there. Starts and ends right there. The tip is be kind to yourself. Recognize that bullying is not your fault and allow yourself time to recover emotionally. That's
Yeah,
the biggest thing. Yeah, it's not your fault that people choose to do X, Y, Z, but your reaction is your karma, is your consequence. So again, be kind to yourself first. Realize that, hey, I don't deserve this, and set those boundaries.
yeah,
Um, the response is it's important to show yourself the same kindness and understanding you would offer to someone in your situation. The empathetic statement, what you're going through is incredibly challenging, and it's okay to feel upset. Don't be too hard on yourself. Um, the encouragement is you are worthy of compassion, especially from yourself. Taking time to heal will strengthen your resilience in the long run.
I want to add something to this because it's so hard to, um, like I said, incredibly challenging. Um,
Hmm.
not to be so hard on yourself. When you're being bullied, um, or even when you bully yourself. If you're an empathetic person, then you would be like, "Why did I do that?" or "Why did I say that?" You know, um, and if you're on the other end of that, if you're empathetic, then you won't do that. You realize what you've done and admit to what you've done instead of ignoring the fact that it even happened. um, because people have feelings, and it's not about people's. Well, I don't want to say that. um, I just say this: I had to learn how not to take things personal. I still struggle with that. um, Not nearly as much as I used to. Um, but I think about the situation. I think about what was said, how it was said, what was done, um, and what does it mean for me? How can it help me? Is it to help me? And then that helps me to be able to process it more easily than I used to in the past. And my response in the past was always with tears, maybe not in front of that person, but because I took it personal, it hurt my feelings. So
Hmm.
I'm going somewhere and cry, because I didn't have the strength and the courage to speak up for myself and to say things. And I find myself still, like I said, struggling with that. My response is not to go somewhere and cry, you know, um, because I'm a lot stronger person than I used to be. Um, but like I said, I still struggle with it. So okay, how can I look at this? How should I see this? What can I learn from this? And when I say that, what can I learn from this? Then it just turns the whole thing around for me. And then I'm
Right.
able to see it through a different set of lens, from a different perspective, which is very helpful to me. Um, when I cry now, it's not going to be good.
Mhm.
I still treat people with kindness to the best of my ability, but uh, I don't know. I guess a good way would be to say is I just come out of character sometimes, and for me,
You ain't taking no shit.
and so it reminds me of of Mama. When because she became like that when she was in her 30s. Um,
Hmm.
for some reason, the number 33 is sticking in my mind, but she said that, you know, one day, you know, she woke up and she said, and the Lord said, you, uh, 30, whatever it is, I'm gonna say 33. You 33 years old. When you gonna grow up and start speaking up for yourself?
Mm.
Kids is almost grown. And
Right.
after that, mama became a different mama.
Mm.
Didn't take no stuff from
Right.
nobody. It didn't matter who it was.
Right. Mama don't take no mess.
You know, it's funny to laugh about it, but it's so true because she took a lot of stuff. I watched her take a lot of stuff and be, you know, bullied and, you know, so much. And then, you know, when she got, you know, near her mid 30s, she was like, you know, she said that's, you know, the what she heard, and she said, and after that, she was like, I'm done with that.
Hmm.
And so, you know, she was more outspoken, and
Right.
you know, okay, you say what you got to say, but I'm gonna, you know, put you in your place, you know, and I don't feel bad about it because you shouldn't have came this way anyway,
You
or
know?
shouldn't have done this anyway,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So I used to say, Mama used to say, oh my gosh, she would say, girl, how did this uh how can I say it? How could this uh not aggression, what's the word? Um how could this because passive and aggressive. So I guess aggressiveness. How could this aggressiveness pass you and go to Keisha? You know, how did
Mm.
that happen?
Mhm.
And I used to
Right.
say, y'all too much. Y'all don't have to be
Mhm.
I don't have to be that. And I know the word aggressive is maybe not the word I should use, but I used to be like, how can y'all be so aggressive? And between how I am passive and y'all being aggressive, I know there has to be a happy medium because y'all too far over that way and I'm too far over this. There has to be a happy medium. And
Right.
so I learned years later that that is passive aggressive. And so, you know, maybe that's where I am now, but I will say I have more balance, you know, based
Mm.
on my experiences and the things that I've endured and the things that I encounter now. So I don't, something that I learned from you, and I've said this many times, that you used to say, Ma, you don't have to respond to everything. Everything don't require a
Mm.
response. So I had to learn that balance too. So I
Yeah.
can say that I am more balanced when it comes to things like that, responding and dealing with situations, um, than I used to be able to. I'm still a work in progress. I ain't gonna say
Ain't
I'm a
we
finished
all?
product,
Ain't we all?
but I'm working on it.
Yeah, we all are. We all are works in progress.
Yeah, so I just wanted to add that.
Yeah. Now, actually, the next point is something that you just touched on, managing your response time.
Okay, go ahead.
So the tip is take a moment before responding to bullying behavior. Sometimes pausing to take a breath or to think can prevent an emotional reaction. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's never good to just respond. That's a reaction. You want to respond. Response is you took time to analyze, and then you do whatever the action is from there. But a
yeah,
lot of people just somebody does something to them, "Ah!"
yeah.
Okay, and that got you what?
Right.
So something happens. Listen, listen. We ain't doing X, Y, Z. This is what we're about to do.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, you got to that quick breath. Sometimes you like, man, I'm about to launch off on you. It's like, okay,
And we have to remember sometimes that people may not mean, you know, whatever they said the way you received it. So that's
yeah,
another reason why it's
yeah,
it's better to pause. and take a breath
Right.
and just respond to it because, hold on, I heard what they said, but so it's like this. I heard what they said, but I didn't want to hear that in the first place. So
Mhm.
you just respond quickly and then you like, well, that didn't help nothing.
Right.
It didn't solve anything. So sometimes we are responding to somebody in a way that, because somebody else, upset us or made us mad. And so we
Right.
responding, in a reactive way, to a person that doesn't even deserve it. They said
Right.
whatever, but they didn't mean it in the way you received it, but you were already mad or upset about something or bothered by something. So that just took you over the edge when it really shouldn't have. So
Right.
it's hard to adjust and to think about stuff like that. But man, we are all in need of change.
Right.
We are all in need of help, because
Yeah.
we all have this baggage, that we're carrying from our past that
Right.
everybody don't even know about. We know about it because it's our experience. But
Right.
everybody outside, like me, everybody outside of me don't know what I experience. So
Right.
you don't know why I'm talking like this or why I'm acting like this or why I feel like this. Not
Right.
that that's your responsibility.
Right.
It should be a consideration. Well, I don't, that ain't how they usually act, or I didn't mean it like that. So, that's something they have to deal with. That's, something that they going through. So I just have to chill out and wait for them to get through going through what they going through.
Right. Pretty much.
So go ahead if you don't have nothing to add.
Alrighty. So the response is giving yourself a moment to pause before reacting can help you maintain control and make more thoughtful decisions.
Yeah.
The hush, hush. Uh, the empathetic statement is it's natural to want to react immediately, but you're doing great by taking time to protect your emotional space.
Yeah.
The encouragement is you have the power to decide how and when to respond. A measured response is a sign of true strength and wisdom.
That's good. You want to add anything?
Yeah, you take your power back by taking that breath to think about your actions because you got to remember the statement. It's a very true statement. It's the law of the universe. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So you react flippantly, then you get that result and more back. As opposed to you do something thoughtful and mindful, then it recreates mindfulness. And it also gives you the practice and the experience of staying calm in times of crisis, which
Yeah.
is you gotta think this the world is so
On
man, people are oh, huh,
on
what was that?
edge and chaos.
Yes, yes, thank you. Exactly. People are all on edge
Yeah.
and all of this stuff that's going on with the the recent presidential election and just life period, people are always like this. So it's like it's if you could be if everybody's in here like this, you can be like and you
Yeah.
have a calm energy, you can actually change the vibration of the people around you just by being on a different vibration. It's like, oh, you can be that too.
Yeah.
The world is chaotic, but I can be at peace.
Yeah.
What this brother? Let me. Hey, what you doing over there? What you doing?
That's, and so true.
Yeah,
So true. Um, have an attitude where people want to give that, just like you just said, get that piece that you got. You know,
right,
you ain't all wired up and all this. That's where I want to be. So what do I need to
right,
do to be like you? I want to be like
right, right. I wanna be like that.
so you
Yeah,
want
but
to
yeah, I was gonna say, but people truly though, even people who are in the most chaotic state, they really want to be at peace. They just don't know how to be.
yeah,
And when you are at peace and you come to that space, it's either gonna be one reaction. They're gonna gravitate towards you and
or
try to figure out what it is, or reject you because they still want to be like you. They just don't know how to, and now they're jealous.
Yep.
So you know, and that's
Yep.
how it goes. But either way, they want the energy that you're putting out. So
Yeah.
just put out that good energy. Be mindful. Stay in a state of peace and balance within yourself. And again, you change the environment around you just by being a peaceful person. You are different. You,
Yeah.
you know, everybody's scattering around, and you're the only person walking like la 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 la. la. Either that Negro is crazy or that Negro is crazy.
Yeah. And it's, and what you just said is so amazing and so true because you can change the environment and the atmosphere by walking in a room.
Yep.
Um, and so I'm understanding that more than I ever have. And now they, instead of saying it the way I just said it, you might hear, especially in the business space, walk in the room like you own it, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and all that means is that you walking in and changing the environment with, your
Your
presence.
confidence. Yeah.
I'm working on
Yep. Come on, CEO Steph. Come on, CEO Steph.
I'm just so thankful and grateful that my life is so different than it used to be, and
Yeah.
yet I know that I have not arrived, and that I won't arrive here on this earth, but that I'll get to a better space,
Right.
a better way of thinking, a better way of reacting, a better way of all of this stuff, just so that I'm the positive, one that's walking in a room, or that's in a space. If nobody else is, I can remain that way. And that's what I'm working on,
Yeah.
is being able to, be a certain way. And no matter what room I walk into, no matter how chaotic or on edge they are, I can still remain at peace.
Right.
And that's taking work, but I'm willing to do the work because I don't want to be changed just because I walk in an environment that's
Right.
all jacked up. I don't want to go to that level of consciousness.
Right. Right.
Y'all come
Right.
up to this level of consciousness,
Right.
or I'm just chilling, but I'm not getting ready to change,
Right.
how I'm feeling and how I'm thinking, because y'all are riled up. Nope, that ain't y'all. Go ahead with that.
Right. Yeah. No, y'all can keep that. Y'all can keep. I'm good. You sure don't want some? I'm good, brother. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. No, thank you.
You want to add anything else?
Uh, so yeah, just going back to what you said, walk into the room like you're confident. Um, and yeah, and another form of self-love and self-preservation is like you said, you go into a space where other people's energy is say you're happy, you have great energy, you feel confident, you feel encouraged, and other people are negative and da 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 da, low vibrational type stuff. You can either stay in that room and hope that your energy will change the people around you, or you can just take the energy and go somewhere else.
Right.
That's self-love and that's self-preservation. When you realize that, hey, this energy here is mad low vibrational and it ain't about to change no time soon. All right, I showed my face. See you later.
Right.
Arrivederci.
Yeah. Because you realize you had a choice. You know,
Right,
I see what's happening. I don't want that. So I got a
right,
choice. I can stay in it or I can leave. And
right.
so, that's, what I understand about choices now is so good
Hmm.
because, I used to think, making a choice could, be, I'll just say detrimental, you know,
Hmm.
to me and to whatever is going on, but you know not, and that's just like you were saying, self-love, learning how to love myself, learning how to treat myself, learning how I want to be treated, treat myself like I want to be treated, and just learning to
Hmm.
love myself is was huge because I didn't know how to do that, And just saying that just makes me think about Chris saying, you got to learn how to love yourself. And I said, how do you do that? And he said, I don't know, you just do it. And I'm like, what? And okay. So,
Right.
years later, I do know how to love myself. It took a
Right.
lot of years and some more experiences,
Right.
to get there. But now, I love myself. I respect myself. I enjoy myself by myself, you know.
Right.
Um, and those are things that I had to learn, and even, Uncle Armand used to say stuff to me, about that. You got to learn how to enjoy yourself and be happy with yourself, and then
Right.
other people just come in and, can enjoy.
Accentuate that. Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm still learning, but I'm sure in a whole lot better place than I used to be.
Yeah. Yep.
You want
It's
to
a,
add?
it's a work. It's all a work in progress. There's no such thing as perfect.
Yeah.
It's only the process of perfecting, which is constantly getting better over time. But being perfect, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But the work, the evolving, the adapting, the consciously becoming better, dying daily to the old self to become a new, better version of yourself, that's important.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
That's why we're
And
here.
yeah, and what you just said, dying daily to self, that's, so huge,
Right.
because dying daily to ourselves is not, I want everything for me and everything's all about me. No, that's
Right.
selfish. You
Right.
know, when you love yourself, you treat yourself right. You do things for you that's good for you, but that's not going to hurt anybody else. You
Right.
know, um, and then and helping them learn how to do that for themselves. Don't be selfish. Give to other people, give what you want to receive.
Right.
And just because you give it don't mean you're going to that's what you're going to get, because everybody don't understand to give. Give and you shall receive. So
Right.
you give love, you give respect, you give and you get. you know
Right.
um, and not necessarily from the same people,
Right.
but enough people will see, that good in you, that's wanting to love and wanting to be kind and wanting to treat people right. And then they'll uh, desire that too.
Yeah. Yep. And
Mark,
you also
go,
said, uh,
go ahead.
uh,
I tell you what Mark said. Go ahead.
okay. Uh, Shoot, what did you just say? That is distracted. What did you say before that?
I was talking about giving. You might
Oh,
not. Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. So the way you treat yourself sets the stage for how other people treat you. Your energy that you put out that you give to yourself is what you encounter in the world outside of yourself.
Attract.
So we
Yeah.
have to, yeah, right, exactly. You create a gravitational pull. The more that you do any one thing, the more you create a bigger ball of energy that pulls other energy like it into you. So self-love, feed yourself self-love, affirmations, um, do things for yourself, spa days, exercise, um, listen to music that makes you happy, paint or something. You know what I mean? Find what you love, delve deep into yourself and things that make you feel whole and feel love within yourself. And
Yeah.
then again, like I said, you attract that back to you.
Yeah.
So
I like that word attract,
yeah,
because that's magnetic,
yep,
and you don't really think about that. So Mark said, self love, talking about this conversation, self love is important for us all. Give yourself some peace of mind. And yes, it is a peace of mind when you love yourself. Because,
yep,
uh, oh, Mark, I'm going to come back to your other comments in a minute, but Love Misunderstood Institute. And where is the love? I didn't understand what love was. So I was looking for love, and they say looking for love in all the wrong places. I'm looking for love in all these things and didn't understand. What does that mean?
That was the dance of looking for love in all the wrong places.
So, um, just because I didn't understand love, I was looking for love. And so that's part of why Chris said what he said. Um,
Mhm.
there's a little more to that. But anyway, um, learning how to love yourself. So, and our mom used to say that to me all the time. But anyway, now that I know and understand how to do it, I'm not saying where is the love or love misunderstood, except for in those that don't understand love. Where's the
Mhm.
love in what you just said or what you just did? Or you bullying me and you treat me bad, so you don't understand love. Love is misunderstood.
Right,
So, but those names were initiated because of my experiences, you know,
right.
not knowing where the love was, not knowing what love was, and not, um, if somebody asked me, well, what is love, or what are you looking for? You talking about you want to be loved. What are you looking for? Well, I didn't have an answer because I didn't
Mhm.
know. All I know is I wanted to be treated right. I didn't want to be crying and hurt and mistreated. So all of this comes together now, the
Right.
love,
Full
the
circle.
bullying, and all of that. So what I just said, Mark was talking about bullying. So when Stella, you was talking to Stella a while ago, and she got up on the couch, he said the dog was feeling bullied too. By the way,
Hey, listen. Hush, hush, you're barking too loud. I'm trying to talk on the TV to the peoples.
and he said yes, pets can get bullied too. Um,
Mhm.
So, and then the last comment, I'm gonna come back to pets being bullied. So he said, wondering if my friend's pet fish ever felt bullied. And then he said, probably when I was caring for them. So listen,
Lord.
I know you've seen this. Um, they started, I just noticed this in the last like 2 years, maybe, where they're calling dogs bullies. You know that.
Really?
Yeah,
No, I didn't
especially
know
on
that.
Instagram. So what happened?
Okay.
People started sending me messages because I was putting bullies as one of my hashtags,
Hmm.
and so
Oh,
yeah, dog owners.
you talking about bulldogs?
Some of them were bulldogs, but
Okay,
they were calling them bullies. And I'm
gotcha.
like, this okay, you doing a different kind of bullies than I'm doing. I'm not, because I was like, why you sending me stuff asking me to like advertise for your services, your bully about bullies, and we're not talking about the same kind of bullies.
Right.
I didn't know if you knew that or not, but
Yeah,
yeah, so that was
yeah.
crazy to me. I don't get it now, but then I don't use that hashtag. I watch where I use it.
Right, right, right. You may want to use bully awareness or something like that.
Yeah. So
Anti-bullying, yeah.
yeah. So we didn't do number 15. So let's do number 15 and then we can talk some more unless you have something else you want to add right now.
No, no, we can go to the next one. All right. So number 15 is engage in positive self-talk. You just talked about loving yourself.
Yep.
So the tip is combat the emotional toll of bullying by practicing positive affirmations and reminding yourself of your worth. The first person that's supposed to help you feel worthy of love is the person that you see in the mirror every day.
Yeah.
The response is reframing your thoughts and affirming your value can help counteract the negativity from bullying.
Yeah.
The empathetic statement is the words of others don't define your worth.
Yeah.
You are valuable and deserving of respect, no matter what someone says.
Yeah. Remember
Take
that.
that one to the heart. Take that one to the heart right there. The encouragement is you are strong, capable, and worthy. By reaffirming these truths to yourself, you can rise above negativity and stay empowered.
That's good. You want to add anything to any of that?
Now, I think this is a really great show, and a lot, like I said before, um, a lot of those the information and the tips that were given just help across life in general. Like you can literally use all of these tips for dealing with people across the board. So, man, go back to the top of this one and download all of those messages and the tips that we got.
Yeah. Yeah, because these, like Jean said, are really helpful. We work, 8+ hours a day, and because
Mhm.
because of that, we're dealing with people, and whether we're bullying them or they're bullying us, we have to remember, the common goal, the reason why we're here, at work, and what we're supposed to be doing and make that our focus, you
Right,
know, and focus on teamwork and getting the job done together, as a team and not rising up against each other and constantly
right,
trying to control each other and telling each other what to do and how to do it and talking down to each other and humiliating each other, insulting each other. All of that stuff is bullying
right,
uh, of some type, social bullying, antisocial bullying, leaving people out of things, important information that's helpful to do their job. That's bullying. Um, there's so many things that. So I mean, what's your reason for this? Is a thought. What's your reason for treating people or saying certain things to people? Is your motive negative? Is your motive positive?
right,
So, uh, bullying is negative, controlling behavior. So if that's what you're doing, then just know that it's some type of bullying.
right,
Bullying isn't just physical. There's so much, and I just named a few. There's verbal bullying too, social, antisocial bullying, cyber bullying. So many
right,
different types of bullying. That we do to each other when we have when we're thinking negatively, and just wanting to control somebody. And so be careful with the words you say to each other. And remember, like I said, when you go to work, you're going to work for a common goal to complete a project
right,
or some projects or some work,
right,
to help the business owner, you know, um, help you get paid. So if you keep
right.
that in mind, that will definitely help uh, you uh, treat each other kind, so focus on that and not harassing each other and treating each other badly. You want to add something?
Yeah, like you said, I mean, when you're at a job, you all have, in essence, the same goal. You just have a different position to help you all get there. So,
Yeah,
you know, uh, if you create chaos, from your coworkers by causing unnecessary stress by bullying or excluding or lying or creating, drama unnecessarily, man, you're making it worse and you're actually messing up the company's bottom line
yes,
because in companies where you're dealing with a lot of bullying, there's a higher turnover rate, which
right.
means that they have to constantly hire new people in, and
Train.
and people out right, people train new people, and people are out sick and stuff like that. Like it's just a domino effect.
Yep,
So again, remember every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Treat people like you want to be treated,
yep,
and remember that we all, in essence, even outside of work, we have the same ultimate goal to be
yep,
happy, to be loved, to be respected, to be
yep,
accepted. We all got the same goals.
yep. And with that being said, thank you for taking the time to do the show with me today. Uh,
My
I really
pleasure.
appreciate it, and being able to share this information with people means so much to me, and really helps me um, to continue to thrive and rest, and knowing that I've done and we've done together. We've done things to help people understand their experiences and how to deal with their experiences. So with that being said, we will see you next Sunday. This was a great show. We will see you
Absolutely.
next Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here, wherever you're watching us from. So take care. We send you peace. We send you love. Take care. See you next Sunday.